You know what it is. Everyday life. Shiny vibes. And Mz.Letitgo. We don't keep everything 100 around here. We don't sugarcoat nothing. Everyday life. Talk about the real around here. Yeah, it is.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. You know, we live in different, how you say, time frame. So today is afternoon for me, and I just want to say I'm Mz.Letitgo, and today it is testimony God is doing for you and how much he's blessing you with. I know God blessed me tremendously with all he had done for me. I was on my way to work, and I was basically talking to the Lord, because you know we was in this time of Bible where this time where the epidemic really was hitting fast. And I was just talking to the Lord. I said, Lord, you know what? If anything happened to me, or whatever my tragic may be, a deadly disease may be, that you hold my hand as I go through it. And I was just basically talking to God like that on my way to work. Never know it would hit me. But I had truly was faithfully taking my mammogram every year, because my sister, she was very, 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 how you say, pushy, to keep getting our mammogram, because we're not getting any younger, but we're getting older. So I started faithfully taking my mammogram every year. Like I glad I did, because I had took that mammogram on January of 2019, and I felt a little. I was in the bathroom, and I just felt, I try to feel on my breast to make sure nothing wrong, even though I have the mammogram. And then I felt just a little lump on my left breast, and I didn't know what it was. I was actually gonna ignore it. That don't ignore whatever you feel on your breast. You run to the doctor. You seek medical help as soon as possible, because the earlier you catch it, the more you have a chance to survive from that cancer. So I went to the doctor, and I told the doctor I had a lump, and she said, "Oh well, we took your mammogram. Everything came back negative." I said, "No, it's a lump on the side of my breast. I can feel it." So she had me lay on the table, and then she took the exam, and she said, "Okay, I'm gonna have you go to this to go get a biopsy to see what's going on." So I went, and they stick a little, I think, little thing in you, like I get how you want it. I don't know what it detects. It basically detects where that mass is at on your breast, and so I went back to work, and I got a phone call. Well, actually, I didn't get a phone call. I had to call the doctor back myself because I was really concerned. When I called the doctor back, my doctor was off, I guess, for a couple of months. They didn't know when she was coming back. So I asked the other doctor, and she looked into it. She said, "Oh no, no, you negative. Everything all right?" I said, "No. What date is that mammogram showing for?" She said, "Oh no, it's showing for it's showing for 2020." I said, "No, I don't want that one. I want the 2019." So she looked at the 2019, and she asked me, "Are you driving?" I said, "Well, yes, I'm driving," because basically I work out in the field. I'm a field technician. And so she said, "I need you to pull over." So I pull over, and then the worstest thing that you could ever to make your whole face drop, where somebody can catch your face when it drops, is when that doctor say, "You have cancer." But she told me I caught it early. So I was in stage 2. Not 1. I wish I was in 1, but stage 2 of breast cancer. And so that was hard on me. But I remember when I was in my work truck talking to the Lord, and I was telling him to hold my hand whatever my sickness may be. And I never thought that time would have come when I asked him that. So I had to go through the procedures. You had to go through the chemo. You lose your hair in chemo. But as I went through chemo, I never felt sick. But let me rewind. My mom and her mother had breast cancer. So they did what you call a gene test. And that shows if it runs in your family. So when the doctor took it, I forgot what you call it, genealogy test. And, I can't pronounce it. That's medical. So I'm not a medical worker. So she came in the room, and she said, "Oh, I have good news for you. You don't have it in your gene." So I was like, I got cancer. But the good news, it don't run in my gene from my mother and grandmother, but they had breast cancer. Could somebody put is it me, or was it she that just didn't get what was I going through and thinking of at that moment that I was going through, that I had cancer? So I went through the procedure. I need another sip. Hold on. This is good, you guys. You need to try it. It's ginger tea. Ginger tea with honey. So listen, I'm gonna show you almost basically at the end. So I went through the chemo, and I basically lost my hair. After the chemo, I went to, so I'm thinking that, okay, it's shrunk. So I know God is holding me and God is blessing me, because the cancer shrunk where they can hardly feel it. So I get to the doctor that was gonna operate, because my mother, she was in remission for cancer for 33 years. So my mother passed away at 69, and I was 43 when she passed away. But she never cut her breast, because I guess she had, she was married. So to my stepfather. So I guess she didn't want it to remove her breast from there. But God blessed her because she asked God, because at the time she was 35 when she received it, and we was young, and so God heard her cry and blessed my mother tremendously and gave her actually a double portion because he let her see us grow, all my siblings, and then she also let her see her grandkids. So that was a blessing beyond by itself. So as I go to the doctor for the surgery, I told him, look, I don't want nothing. Just remove it. Just remove it. I don't want one. If I got it in the left, remove the right, because I don't want to be deformed or look deformed. That's not just me. I just don't want to look that. I said, I just take it out. I don't have to deal with it. I caught it early in Jesus' name. I just want to be cancer free of what I was going through. And so basically it spread just a little to my lymph nodes. So we have, I think, 13 lymph nodes. So she had to remove, I think, 6 or 7 of my lymph nodes because 5 shows that it was the little cancer in there, and 2 was suspicious. So she didn't want to take no chances. So she basically removed 7 lymph nodes. Probably 8, I think. I think it's 8. I don't know, but I know I got 13. I had 13 lymph nodes, and so when I was in the surgery room, it's a lot of people. When you see people, when you're going through that crisis, and you see how many people are being affected by all kinds of different cancer, you'd be surprised. Because I remember my mother said, you always, when you see a person, you greet them, you say hi, you say good morning, how you doing today? Because you never know what that person is going through. And so now I know, and I greet everybody that I see, how you doing? And if they tell me how you doing, I'm blessed. I am blessed. I'm not ashamed to say I'm blessed. And so you see all these people that's going through it. And so it was like, the day I had to take the surgery, it was like, I want to say 15 people. They didn't have the names, but we all was by numbers. But we all was going in for surgery for different kinds of cancer. About 17. Could have been 18 people. So I'm looking around me in the bed, and my doctor come to me, and I start crying. I'm talking crying. So she shut the curtains, I guess so the other doctors or nurses won't see it. And she said, you're going to be all right. You're going to be cancer free once we have the surgery. I said, I'm not crying for me. I'm in a win-win situation here, So if God want me to stay here, then I'm going to stay here and represent him. But if God called me home and I got to go before that judgment seat, I'm going to be ready to face God, because God said, who will be able to stand? And I know I will be able to stand in his glorious name, because God brought me a mighty long way, just like he would bring you a mighty long way. You believe it, you receive it, you claim it, it's yours. And so I start crying, and I said, no, I'm praying for them, not me. And she just was so bewildered, because she gave me a look that I was like, I guess you don't really understand what I'm trying to say here. But God knew what I was saying. And I was praying for those people, not for me. Because if I didn't get up off that table, that's all right. I would have been glorified, the God Almighty. So, hold on. Another break. So, I went through surgery, so I'm happy. So I get back to my doctor. become another bump in the road, because the devil sure don't like me. So they told me, first they told me I was negative for it's HER. Then they told me I came back positive with HER2. So in reality, when I was taking my chemo, I should have been taking that antibiotic with the chemo so the cancer won't return. So now I'm on the antibiotic to kill, but it's nothing like the chemo. So I got to do that for 6 months. So go every 3 weeks for 6 months. So do that. But the good news is I'm healthy. I was just going through the whole procedure, and I wasn't, and I wasn't gonna look bad. Let me tell you something. You can do it. You can look good and be sick in the inside, but look good on outside. Because I'm not giving that sickness no gratification on making me look sick with it. But I'm gonna look beautiful and represent that whatever you're going through, you can still look good. I don't care what kind of disease you have, what kind of life-threatening you have, you still can look good. Period. On that part. So, hold on. I'm just enjoying myself with you people. It's so good to talk to people, because let me tell you something. You only have one life to live. Why not enjoy your life? Why not look good? And all this stuff of confusion going on in this world, let me tell you something. I call myself Mz.Letitgo, because Mz.Letitgo and it represents, let all the anger in your life go. Let all the confusion in your life go. Let all the sickness in your life go. Let all the pain let it go. You're going to be feeling pain, because I feel pain. But I'm not giving into that pain. If I have to take the medication, okay. But I'm not giving into my pain, because I'm not claiming it. It hurt, but I know Lord is helping me through it, because I am gaining everything in God. And if I have to go through pain, so shall it be. But I'm not trying to go that route, because you know what? You got to live for the moment. You see what the cup say? Live for the moment. So I'm just saying that for me, because they say enjoy every moment, but I say live for every moment. Because let me tell you something, you don't have to be sick. You know, you can lose your life by getting hit by a car. You can use your life choking. You can lose your life of a car accident. Many things happen to a person. So you need to live for the moment and enjoy the moment and worship God and let Him be the moment and the center of your life. You can't go wrong with the center of Him being your life. But like I said, as I'm going to herb too, I'm not letting that defeat me. I'm not done yet. I still have to go one more surgery, and that's the reconstruction of my breasts. Whew. Whew. And whew, again. When you go through 3 surgery and God brings you out and you look like this, come on now. Come on now. You got to give Him the praise. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But I just had to sit down and have a tea talk with you guys and let you know what's going on in my life. And, you know, if you want to give comments of what you're going through and how God had blessed you, or what can you do, you know, when you're going through cancer, how can you help yourself? I got some remedy, so I definitely will be back to show you some of these remedies, because you know what? Asians have remedies. If you think about it, you don't see as I was going to the doctor, many Asians in there that's fighting. It's rare. It's rare that they have cancer because they more health-wise than we are. I see a picture on that. So I will be back, and I just want to say, let it go. Let it go. Because you know what my brother always used to say? And then I said I had to take that and run with it. My brother always used to be like, let it go. Let it go. Because you know, you can tell him something, and you be like, well, I'm just trying to tell you my problems. We're going, let it go. That's the exact answer to you. Let it go. So you guys have a good day now, or a good evening, or a good night. And I will return to talk to you again. So if you want to leave any comments, go ahead and leave comments so I can reach back out to you guys. And maybe we can sit down, have some tea, and talk about it. But I'm going to show you on the next segment how what kind of tea I mix together, you know, to help me. And then also what else I can try to give you a little advice. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's body is not the same. So I'm not saying it's going to work for you guys, but it will work for some of you guys because it worked for me. And maybe this is what the Lord is telling, that if you tell somebody what works for you, it might work for that person. And don't sit on it and be greedy and don't want to share. That's what's wrong with us now. We don't share. But for me and my household, I will share with you guys. And I will be back. God bless. See you at the next tea testimony.